Welcome everyone back to Minecraft Create, and today we got a nice little treat. We are going to build a ship. I've had a ship design that's been standing one side, and it's one of those old-fashioned pirate ships, and I'm going to build it. We're going to build a little ship today, but before we do that, we need to build our first factory. And you might notice, let me just jump into my camera account and you can see here. You're going to see all these cobblestone down there. There's cobblestone. There's cobblestone going that way. All the way around. It's going down there. It's going all the way around that castle village area. This one is going that way, down there. And this one's going all the way back to the front of the desert area. That is for our roads. So we need something to actually build those roads, which is going to be our first factory, and that's going to be for blackstone, because the blackstone is the one main thing that we need. So I've got all the stuff I need here. I've gathered up some extra blackstone, and we're going to build a little factory. Now, something that I'm going to do, or that I decided to do, is every single building that I make needs to reflect what is actually inside. So to keep it, I would say, simple, this building is going to be built out of blackstone. If I make a gold farm, the building is going to be made out of gold. Same with iron, or whatever the case may be. So the physical outside of the building needs to be made out of whatever's been made on the inside. So if it's quartz, it's going to be a quartz building, cobblestone building. But one cool thing is that's pretty new is the new cobble generators that I've got. If I go onto here, let's see quickly if I can find it. I think it's under mechanical. There we go. Which is going to help with lag a lot. There's here. Mechanical generators, and you can craft different things with this. We've got limestone, we've got cobblestone, we've got basalt, got the deep slate, that's a scoria, what is this, normal stone, and cobble deep slate. Now that is pretty cool. That's going to help to keep the lag down. So instead of having a vault with a bunch of drills and water and things causing a lot of extra lag and power, you've got basically 2 blocks or 3 blocks, and that's your entire cobble generator, which makes life much easier. Less lag, because those things, more drills you use, the more lag you get, even when I'm using my big drills. Okay, so I think we're first going to build this up. You can see this is the area where all the buildings are going to start going. So I'm going to start doing it all around here. So let's jump into a little time lapse and start with this build. There is our first little factory. Now you can see that is made out of blackstone, and you know that's a blackstone factory. So you can just imagine you're going to have like a gold building, an iron building, an emerald building, and a cobble building, all these things, and you can clearly see from outside what type of building it is. Now it's fairly simple. Now first thing you're going to notice is this very big doorway that I've got in here. Now my plan is, or I'm going to try and do it, is to have vehicles traveling on these roads. So we're going to build vehicles with train lines here underneath and things and everything, which can go pick up. So the vehicle must be able to come in here, stop over here, and pick up resources out of this. Now you can see I switched this on. It's been about probably like a couple of 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe, since I switched this on before I started chatting with you guys. And already we've got all these filled up down here, and there's already a whole bunch in there. And very simple, we've got a little speedometer thing. Where's my goggles? Why can't I? Just realized I don't have my goggles on. Where's my goggles gone to? Goggles. My goggles is gone. I think I'm losing it. Anyway. Okay, so we got a little thing. We're only using, well, you can see there about 70% of this power. And I've just got a water wheel in here. Go up here. You can see there's a water wheel going that side. And that's powering everything I need here. So it's enough. Got a little clutch device so we can switch it off whenever we need to. So that can run in the meantime. We can go out here and I can show you guys now how this new generators are working. So we make our way up. Okay, so here you can see the power is coming through. And these are cobble generators. And I've actually got 10 of them, which I can take off. But I wanted to put 5 is enough, or even less than 5 is enough. The more you have, or the faster your power, the quicker you'll generate it. But I put it up there, more of them, so we can get resources quicker. So I can start building my roads. You can see here. So we've got the cobblestone falling down here. And then obviously it just gets cooked, changed into your black stone. And then filters down into the vault down below. I actually need to put up my staircase. I had a little thing here now. I'm going to put it back up again. So once we've got enough down below, I can remove some of those for the other factories that we're going to need cobblestone for. So only downside, I could have put belts in here, but I didn't feel like doing that. It wasn't necessary because these fans here are strong enough to push this through. And then anything that's excess will just despawn, so it doesn't give you too much. But I see that's actually filled up already. Okay, I see that one's filled up there. So take that out, and you can just, oops, that's not what I want to do. Dump that in there. Just to lighten the load. Okay, then you'll see it push through. So that's even if things despawn there, it's not much of a problem. I can always make a couple of changes later on. But look there, I've already got 25,000. We take all of this, and that's 25,000 in there. So you give that like another half an hour, not even, and it'll be finished. Then I've got enough to start building the roads, which I'll probably do that for next episode. Okay, so now we need to head to the front. We can have a little look at what I was doing there. Okay, so let's go down here. So you can see now the plan is to have the road going from down there. I was going to go straight through over the water here, but I thought no, because then I've got to fill the water in and do everything. So I thought I'll leave the water, keep it as a feature, and then just make the road go around it. So I've got all that space. I'm not going to build it anyway, so it can go around here and then carry on that way. So we're going to make our way down here, because obviously we have to plan out where our roads are going to be. So this entire piece here can turn into like an oasis or something. and I went ahead and built myself a little dock and pier and everything here. We've got some machines to help us out, cooking and doing all the stuff we need. Planted some trees and stuff. Mostly everything else is still working 100%. And here's our dock area. So I spent some time and built up a little dock. Let me go into the camera here and we can have a better look. Okay, so there's my supplies now to build a ship. So we're gonna have a ship standing right in this area over here now. It just felt like building a ship, so I'm gonna build one. Okay, not that it actually fits in this area, but it's gonna be there. Okay, so we got little storage areas back here where the people can drop off their stuff. Small boats and big boats can stop by here. So first thing, we're gonna jump into a little time lapse, and I'll see you guys once that's done. Now that is a ship. All I can say is actually, wow, I'm actually surprised. It looks completely different being in this area here. Now it's got a dock and piers and water and things around it. But that looks pretty good. Okay, now I didn't exactly plan to have a purpose for this ship. But I can actually use this for something. I'm just gonna have to cut out the interior of it. But one little problem that I do have is I've sprung a leak. I forgot to activate the one little thing on the schematic cannon to replace the water with air. So unfortunately I got a whole bunch of water in here, but that's not a problem, I can take it out. But it wasn't designed actually to be used for anything. But I can take out all this internal decorations here, and you can always use it for like a storage or something. Even this floor as well. I can take it out and then just make a staircase going down, and then we can use for something inside here. I'm not sure what exactly. But this is mainly decoration and just something I wanted to do. But it looks kind of cool. Okay, let's check. Let's look on the map. There you can see on the map. Jesus, it's man, this thing is big. It's bigger than I actually expected to look like in this place. Look at the size of the ship here compared to the village. That's big. Okay, so there we got our first factory. And you can see how the road is going from here. There the road's going all the way out, down, it's going around. I made it go all the way around here. So all this area in between, I want to build buildings and more roads in there. So we're going to see how that goes. Let's go down here. I need to make a better entry point actually into this thing. I was thinking of trying to do some type of cannon or something in the, you know, these holes on the sides here. But we can still change things. But I am actually very impressed. It looks completely different being in this environment. I'm actually speechless. I don't know what to say. And then you got the little captain's quarters back there. See here where the glass is there. So there's a little room back there. Got 2 lifeboats, and then it looks like a proper pirate ship. Wow. Let's check from this angle. That looks good. Well guys, that is everything I had planned for today. You know, let's say you do 5 hours work for 5 minutes of video, so there we go. We have our ship, we got our first little factory, and well, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.